Soane, Accolades, 1976.
Tom died a year and a half ago in September after having had lung cancer for 2 years. It was discovered in a routine physical, and we laughed when they first said there was something wrong with his chest x-ray. It came back that there was some fluid there, and we just laughed. It was the beginning of lung cancer, and even when it didn't go away after a couple of months there, they kept taking new x-rays. They still weren't excited, and we weren't either. We were still laughing about it because Tom was still chopping down trees in the backyard to make an ice rink for the children, and he continued. He made that ice rink even when he was sick. He kept at it, and he did finish it. Well, you know, without a man around the house is one thing, and without this man around the house is something else that is well, he really was terrific. But he isn't here, and life goes on. And fortunately,
for over 100 years, insurance has helped life go on. It's an essential part of the human activities that make up our lives.
When he was here.
And though it serves many purposes to meet our changing needs, it is most valuable when it fills that most basic of all needs, protection, to ensure that life can go on. Kay Walter, housewife, 5 children, a widow. She knows the value of life insurance.
Have adjusted very well. Their life hasn't changed. They still have the same security that they had. We live in a house that is fairly like the house that we lived in Connecticut, in a nice neighborhood, and we haven't had to lower our standard of living. We haven't raised it. We live about as we did. We really haven't had to change our lifestyle, which has been an enormous help for the children because things have remained on an even keel. The only thing that has let this happen has been the insurance that Tom carried, and he did have a lot of life insurance. In fact, there were times that we were just like every other couple. There are always things that you would like to have that you feel that your budget can't hold in, but every time Tom got a raise, he would come home and tell me he had bought some more life insurance. And I can remember one day that he came home and told me he had bought that survivor income benefit policy, and I was just so angry with him because here he'd had a promotion, and I thought, oh, extra money, I'm going to get a car, or we'll have a little bit of ease in the budget. But he said, no, I've already done it. I've taken out this other policy. And there was no arguing with him when he said, this is the way it's going to be, that's the way it was. I don't owe anybody anything except for the mortgage on the house. I don't even have a car payment. That was paid for by life insurance, or insurance on the car. So I don't have any big monthly payments. I don't owe anybody a cent. And that's a wonderful feeling to have. But I also don't have a lot of money in my checking account anymore. The money, the lump sum is still there in the Aetna, and that's my rainy day fund. If Tom hadn't had the amount of life insurance that he had, I wouldn't be independent at all. I would be living with my mother and father, or the children. I know I would have kept the children together no matter what I had to do. But if he hadn't had that life insurance, our life would be totally different. I wouldn't be able to have that independence. I would still be a strong person, but this way I really can do things my way. I have these 5 children, and I'm financially able to keep the home together on my own. And I don't ever have to feel that I have to get another husband to, I don't have to feel pressured to remarry because I can make it on my own financially. And that was a tremendous gift that Tom left for us. The children are fine. Children adjust a lot better than adults do. They were my biggest worry, how are the children ever going to manage? But as long as you can keep things going so that your lifestyle is about the same as it was, I take that back. As long as they still have a feeling of security and they're not afraid that things are going to change drastically for them, their first question was, are you going to get another daddy? Are we going to get another daddy? And I said, oh, of course not, don't be silly. The second question was, do you have to go to work? And I said, no, Daddy has arranged it so that there's plenty of money so that I don't have to go to work. I might go to work if I want to. Or in a couple of years, blah, 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 inflation might catch up with us, and they could understand that. But it made them feel wonderful to know that we didn't have to do anything. 2 of the girls take piano lessons, and which they wouldn't be able to do. If funds were short, that of course would have to be one of the things to go. The boys play baseball and basketball, sports at school. I don't have any real gifted athletes. They're just regular kids doing regular things. I have to confess to you, I never thought about insurance agents with much but distaste before Tom died. Well, let me say this. When Tom died, one of the first people I called was my life insurance agent, or Tom's life insurance agent. Within days after Tom died, there were people from the Aetna out with checks, and they came out to explain to me how everything worked and how my payments would be coming because Tom had that survivor income benefit. And they couldn't have been more helpful. So the vulture image was gone, and I looked on the life insurance agent as one of the best friends we ever had. If you ask me to sum up how important life insurance has been to us, I can tell you about a conversation the children and I had at the table the other night. I told them if they never took any advice but this one piece of advice, I would hope that they would provide for their children, their families, the way their father did for us. And they know what this is all about. They see that check come in every month from Aetna. They know how important the insurance is to us. And if we didn't have it, I don't know where we'd be today.
To people like Kay and her family, you, the insurance professional, help bridge the gap between death and life. In any story of life insurance, you play the leading role. Welcome to this gathering of stars. It's your show.